Oh, hi everyone, Sailor Moon here, Tuxedo Mask here, and today we're going to talk about the hate that the Dic And Cloverway one got from the Sailor Moon followership over the years. And first, when I mean hate, I don't really know where their hate came from. I don't know why they hate it. They do. The things that they hate or the things that they bitch or rant about are things that you wouldn't think that anybody would be hating over, but in their mind they hate it. First off, you got the show playing. Or I guess that's what you call it when you got folks that are speaking. I guess it's still show playing, I guess. Speaking playing, I don't know. Word playing. They didn't like how the cell spoke. They didn't like how they spoke like. I don't know what they thought that what they thought we should tone like, but I guess it wasn't what they thought. And if they weren't bitching about how we spoke like or who was speaking for us, next thing you know, they were bitching about strike names being shifted. They make it such a big deal about strike names being shifted. And then they started bitching about stead names being shifted too, which I don't understand that, but they did. Well, you're right about that one, Sailor Moon, because they also bitched it about names being shifted. Somehow in their head they believed that since they knew, they could either speak Dawnlandish or they knew the Dawnlandish borrowed names. They somehow got it into their head that everyone should at least, and then they got it into their head that everyone, would know those names. So they got angry that the names were shifted to either Hellenish borrowed names, Latinish borrowed names, Frenchish borrowed names, or Hebrewish borrowed names, or Farsiest borrowed names. Which at the end of the day I never understood why they got mad over that, but they did. And we can't seem to keep straight in this film. What's going on? I don't know. So anyway, those are the things they got angry over. Oh well, that's not all the things. They got angry that Deke made what would have been 3 followings into 2. They were angry that some followings were never ever worked at all and behaved as if it was never what Naiko Takiguchi wanted, or somehow Deke didn't have the right to make all the shifts to the show that they did. Yeah, you're right. Tuxedo Mask. Sorry for clearing my throat. You're right. At the end of the day, they behaved as if my show or our show was the only drawing show that came from Dawnland or any other land out there to be cleaned. But there were many others that came before us and even after us that still get cleaned. You know? Well, which I never understand why they have this, but is it as bad as they make it out to be? I believe at the end of the day it's their belief that it's bad. They don't have any truth to show it's bad, but I think it's their belief that the show's bad. That the show playing and that the names being shifted, instead names and strike names being shifted, somehow in their mind makes it unwatchable and make it where they don't like it anymore. And a lot of these folks tend to say that, oh, if you're a true Sailor Moon follower, you should be watching the Toei work. Well, when Viz came out, they all started saying that's what you should be watching. Well, you're right. And one more thing. You're leaving one thing out, Sailor Moon. Another thing they bitched about, which they really had no right to be bitching about, was the unstraight. They believed that somehow Zoisite and Millikite got shamed, but I don't think so. They behaved if that was a bad thing. But it was not. And we told you many times why Zoisite had to become a woman. And then, and then they didn't like, then they behaved as if Cloverway shifting Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune was a bad thing, but believed it had to be making fun of someone else for doing it. And we already talked about why Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune had to be shifted the way they were. But they behaved as if that's a big deal, and everybody should be getting angry over that. At the end of the day, there's things about Sailor Moon that makes these folks hate it. Why? Where did the hatred come from? Your guess is as good as mine. Alright, Tuxedo Mask, gotta end our film now. If you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Watch the other film we made yesterday over here, where Astronema wanted to get Stephanie McMahon to come after us to get the Kaiser and Silverhurst. I, Sailor Moon Serena, I, Tuxedo Max Darian, and I'll see you later. Bye. Alright.